All right, recruits, listen up. Welcome to your first briefing. Back in 2017, the world got a front row seat to a cyber attack on a scale we'd never seen before. Today, we're going to tear it apart, piece by piece. This is the story of WannaCry, and it's a masterclass in why your job is so damn important. Let's start with a number, over 200,000. Now, that's not just data points. We're talking about computers in hospitals, in massive global companies, in government agencies, all of them brought to a dead stop by one single piece of code. And the craziest part? It all happened in a matter of hours. And this thing spread like wildfire. The fallout was felt across 150 countries. I want you to picture hospitals in the UK having to cancel surgeries, literally turning dying people away because their entire system was frozen solid. You see, this wasn't just some IT headache. It was a full-blown public health crisis, all sparked by a digital weapon. WannaCry was a brutal wake-up call. The attack used something called ransomware. You know, software that gets in, locks up all your files, and then demands a ransom payment to get them back. It proved to the entire planet how one tiny vulnerability could have absolutely catastrophic real-world consequences. That's why you're here. That's why your role as a defender is so critical. Okay, so to really get how an attack like WannaCry even happens, we've got to go back to the fundamentals. So let's dive into Cybersecurity 101. It's time to understand the battlefield. Pay attention. Here are your objectives for this briefing. You master these, you'll have the solid foundation you need for everything that comes next. You know, when you strip it all down, our mission is pretty simple. We protect our digital world. We're the ones on the front lines, building the shields that keep our data, our infrastructure, and frankly, our entire way of life safe from the people who want to burn it all down. Every single cyber attack, whether it's a dumb email scam or a nation-state operation, has a goal. It's never just random chaos. They're trying to steal information, destroy data, disrupt services, or get access they shouldn't have. WannaCry? It was all about disruption on a massive scale, all to steal money through ransom. If you can understand the motive, you're already one step closer to stopping the attack. So think of our defenses like a medieval fortress, right? A user is out in the open internet, the field. To get in, they have to pass through our firewall. That's the main gate, the watchtower. Only the good guys, the authorized traffic, get let inside to where the crown jewels are, our servers and our databases. But WannaCry didn't bother trying to smash down the front gate. No, it was smarter than that. It found a secret, unguarded tunnel. See, it exploited a vulnerability in systems that hadn't been updated, what we call patched. And that let it sneak right past the firewall, go straight for the servers, and take our data hostage. The chain was broken. WannaCry really was a game changer. But you know what? The battlefield has evolved so much since 2017. Today, this fight, our fight, is being defined more and more by one thing: artificial intelligence. And what we're in right now is a constant, escalating arms race. The bad guys, they use AI to automate their dirty work, scanning millions of systems an hour, just looking for that one unpatched weakness like the one WannaCry used. And on our side, we use AI to sift through global threat data, building models that predicts their next move before they even make it. So how does our defensive AI actually work? Well, just think about the spam filter in your email. It's simple, right? It sees tons and tons of data, millions of emails. It uses an algorithm to spot patterns that are common in junk mail. Over time, it builds this model of what bad looks like. And then it makes a prediction, flagging new emails that fit that spammy pattern. We're doing that exact same thing. Data, algorithm, model, prediction, but on a truly massive scale. We feed our AI models all the network traffic we capture with tools like Wireshark. It's kind of like a wiretap for the internet. We are literally teaching our systems to spot the digital fingerprints of malware hiding among trillions of normal data packets, and to do it in real time. Okay, listen to this for a second. Now, what you're hearing, that is not the CEO. It's a deep fake. It's an AI-cloned voice. An attacker can use this to call an employee, create this intense, high-pressure situation, and trick them into wiring away a fortune. It's a scary new form of social engineering, and believe me, it works. And they're not just faking voices. They use AI to write phishing emails that are so convincing, it's scary. Now, our tech will block most of them, but some always slip through. And that's where you come in. You are the last line of defense, so burn these 3 steps into your brain. 1, scrutinize the sender, I mean the full email address. 2, hover, don't click. See where a link is really going before your finger even touches that mouse. And 3, analyze for urgency. They want you to panic and act before you have a chance to think. Don't fall for it. To win this fight, you need to know your weapons. And just as important, you need to understand the enemy's arsenal. So let's pop the hood and look inside the digital toolkit. All right, on the offensive side, attackers use a tool called Nmap. Think of it like their scout. It scans our networks, maps out the terrain, and finds any open doors. Once they find a weak spot, they bring in the soldier, a framework like Metasploit. It's basically a library of ready-made attacks they can just launch to punch right through our defenses. So how do we fight back? Splunk, that's our watchtower. It pulls in data from across our entire network, giving us this real-time, bird's-eye view of everything that's happening. And if, God forbid, a breach does happen, we call in the detective, a tool like Autopsy. It lets us do a full digital forensic investigation to piece together the crime scene and figure out exactly what happened. We've covered threats, we've covered tech, we've covered tools. But there's one more element, and it is without a doubt the most important part of this whole equation. And that's you. Look, our multi-million-dollar AI and security suites can only do so much. The real fight for cybersecurity, it starts right here, with the systems you use every single day. Every one of these is a potential doorway for an attacker, not just into your life, but into this entire organization. So here it is, your first assignment. And these are not suggestions, they are standing orders. I want you to go home tonight and do these 3 things across your entire digital life. This is basic hygiene, and it is absolutely non-negotiable in this line of work. And you need to understand this. This is not just about keeping someone from stealing your credit card number. An attacker who gets into your personal email could use that as a launchpad to attack us. From this moment on, you are a part of our national security infrastructure, and that makes your personal security mission critical. So, I'll leave you with this, a question to chew on as you start your careers. We've got incredible AI, next-gen firewalls, insane detection tools. So why? Why, after all that, are human beings, our trust, our curiosity, our simple little mistakes, still the #1 vulnerability that attackers go after? The answer to that question, well, that's the very heart of what we do. That's all for this briefing. Think about that question, complete your first assignment, and be ready for a next session because we're going to dive even deeper into the modern threat landscape. Dismissed.